as it stands right now for this higher time frame player, the bot person who's watching here, I'd really like to see these W's confirm. You can see they're all trying to. I'd like to see the buyers come back here in earnest. I don't really want to see this OBVM out and roll over. If we saw that kind of stuff happen, my hunch is we'd probably go through these lows and the trade idea is off the table. Lower time frames, you got a cute little entry there. And of course, 2-to-1s have been hit. You're looking for this 50% level to be hit to take some more profits. And then maybe you just got a little bit left on the books and who knows where the hell the damn thing goes. Oh, I mean, there's a fantastic location there about a month or so ago. And isn't this like the whole damn market? It sort of looks like this right now. If you were paying attention there back in January, this is a beautiful inverted head and shoulders. Boom, 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 boom. Even David, I suppose, would like this. Actually, here, just off of that range, notice the reason why I mentioned Paul, and really this is more like Mountain Man, Brandon Rigo. Notice how it just pulled back into 61.8, tagged it, and then just said, I'm out of here. Woohoo! So that does often happen, and probably your sort of measure, is this a valid inverted head and shoulders? Probably the most important number is, do we take out this low on any kind of right shoulder? So you notice how we dipped down into that Mountain Man level, did not go through there, and then turn back up. Am I going to say this is easy to get in here? No, very difficult. Could you have drilled down to lower time frames and maybe hunted some way to sneak your way in through this? I think on the screen originally I'd shown you like a nice little W down here would be awesome. But, if anything, this is a really good example that markets very rarely give you just an absolute polite, hey, here's a nice big fat W. Go and buy me. You'll make a ton of money. Most of the time it's pain in the butt like this. But let's see. Could you have botted this? Yeah, it looks like it. So the bot rules, of course, we want to see 33, but we don't want to see move beyond 66. And then you would go off of that low, bought levels. Oh, what a surprise. 25 sets up perfectly off of that rally peak right there. Could you, and really this is a question of, how mature of a trader are you? New people to trading, this probably would have been pretty difficult, but there's a pretty steep trend line right off of the peak. So break of the trend line. Our rule at TRI is I don't think it's a good idea to buy this, but just wait for some sort of W on the other side of this trend line. And there you go. It's plain as day. So this is what I would like to call, or what I usually call, front running the bot. So you can see we made a new low here. So down, up, down, up, down, breakout. Could you have justified getting in somewhere in this area and trading this bot? You'd have to want to know that I want to get in on this thing. You'd have to want to know, okay, there's a fundamental reason that I like this story. I want to be long. So now I'm just hunting, and boom, you can see she did ultimately end up hitting the top up here. Would you maybe have gotten flushed out on this M top up here, getting a little chicken shit? Maybe. Wouldn't surprise me. Could you have sold like 3/4 of the position at this bot level or even here and then just had your stop at scratch on the remaining and said, you know what, I'm still a long-term bull. Let's just see what happens. And of course, you would still be long this story, right? I mean, there's your entry. Has this thing even come back yet to that level? Nope. So you'd still be in that thing. I suppose now, so that, hindsight's 2020, and it's always easy to do TA in hindsight and go, see, you should have bought there. Well, why didn't you buy? As I said, the hindsight's always 2020, and it's really easy to do technical analysis over the past. Real time going forward, what would I be thinking right now? Here is your bottom. 66, 33s, well, 33, then 66. Interesting how we did come right back down against this 66 and they just went stop and then started to turn it back up. So I suppose you could argue that it's sketchy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's awfully close. Is that actually on the 66? Is that doable? Yeah, I'll leave that up to you. But, I think you get the idea. If we do end up now going and putting in one low, two lows, three lows, that kind of thing, well, you can start thinking trend continuation. So for the time being, I would say, V top, that top should be tested. Notice V top eventually was tested. So that top should be tested at some point down the road here. And this kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulders just off of this time frame, eh? So, as I said there a second ago, 3 higher lows, and of course that gets Brian all excited. Could we be doing some sort of inverted head and shoulders like that? This one's a bit suspect, I think. I guess that's the lowest low. This low looks lower than these lows, so I don't think that that's actually a valid inverted head and shoulders. But, there's something along those lines, kind of sloppy, but nonetheless. So there is that. Like I said, I would personally prefer, can I have, nice triple bottom come in here to help me frame risk. But I would say, I guess here, 33.66. So we clone that. Then we throw on bot levels. And where are we here? Bot trade. All right. Oh, interesting. What a coincidence, eh? So if you are interested in trend continuationing this thing higher, and then ultimately what you really want to ask is, would a rally up into this level be realistic? Would it make sense? Is it maybe asking a little too much? So this is where doing things like fibs off the top. Actually interesting to see. We draw this trend line here. Interesting. So this is probably a very good, I think this is a really good tutorial on, you probably want to wait for a nice W completely on the other side of this trend line. There was a big pop here, and probably when everybody went, oh, see, yeah, just buy the damn thing, you'll do great, awesome, and then look at how it came right back and literally walked right along this trend line here. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this in my career. It's quite remarkable, really. You would almost think that there's no way in hell that could happen. And sure enough, look how it's just walking along this trend line here. I like the rule that, if we're really bullish, well, what we really want to see is, can I please get a big W over here? And of course, Brian, he'd like to see a W within a W. That would be even better. Probably a little bit early to get all... this thing's bull, it's going straight up. Kind of want to see little hints that, hey, this thing's stronger than what price is leading you to believe. I think down in this window right down in here, there was that kind of indication. So we made new lows, right? We were coming back against this trend line, and you can see MACD did not make a new low. So there's a bit of a potential divergence, and that divergence actually confirmed right here. A little bit of a W there in RSI, a little bit of a W there in Willie. Willie was officially oversold, and you see a little bit of a spike there in volume. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was on this event right here. So OBV turns back up. We have rising volume bars. The bears have kind of gone to sleep. And now it actually looks like the bulls are threatening to fall asleep as well. So nothing really compelling here. Interesting that OBV on that volume spike there broke that sort of high there. Bears kind of falling asleep. Are the bulls waking up? That was on that event right there. The little W on the other side of the trend line. Down, up, down, breakout. So if you were like, hey, I'm a slick lower time frame trader, I suppose you could even just look at this range here and go, there's the bottom end of the range, there's the top end of the range, knee jerk, we should see 50% retracement. So that's up into that area. And I suppose, I don't see anything wrong with it, but you could have said, especially with all those indicators flashing breakouts, we've got trade location come down against this trend line. It was like 66% correction of the primary move. So it is technically in a reload zone. 50% level is quite a bit higher. Could you be trading that setup right now? Sure. I don't see anything wrong with that. Looks pretty legit. problem here is this is like lower time frame trading. This is going to be, hey, I have my trading plan in place. I know how to trade. I know what my setups are. And like I said, this ain't got trade location. It's got indicator confirmation, Davos, gold stake setups. It's got volume. It's got price structure. We have a W. W is on the other side of the trend line. I don't see any reason why that can't work. As it stands right now for this higher time frame player, the bot person who's watching here, I'd really like to see these W's confirm. You can see they're all trying to. I'd like to see the buyers come back here in earnest. I don't really want to see this OBVM out and roll over. If we saw that kind of stuff happen, my hunch is we'd probably go through these lows and the trade idea is off the table. So lower time frames, you got a cute little entry there. And of course, 2 to 1s have been hit. You're looking for this 50% level to be hit to take some more profits. And then maybe you just got a little bit left on the books and who knows where the hell the damn thing goes. Higher time frame people, we had a cute little entry down here that would have been pretty darn difficult to get in. But nonetheless, I think there was an entry down there. They're, of course, having fun. They probably have free positions established. Market's pulling back into all of these support lines. And really the question is, can we carve out a bottoming pattern here? What this kind of looks like to me is, a nice bull market. Higher highs and higher lows defines a bull. So we pulled back against these lows. Can we hold these lows? And can it keep pushing higher, right? Higher highs and higher lows defines a bull.